Did you know over 70% of adults with diabetes wake up at least twice every night to urinate? And here's the part most people don't realize. It's not just a bladder issue. The real causes run deeper. Your kidneys pushing out too much fluid, your bladder nerves sending false alarms, and your hormones failing to tell the body to hold water while you sleep. Every time you wake up, your sleep cycle is broken. And poor sleep is dangerous. It spikes your blood sugar, raises cortisol, worsens insulin resistance, increases appetite the next day, and accelerates long-term damage to your heart, kidneys, and nerves. Nocturia doesn't just interrupt your night, it silently pushes your diabetes further out of balance. But here's the good news. The solution may not be in a prescription, it may already be sitting quietly in your refrigerator. In this video, I'll reveal 3 simple plant-based milk that science shows can calm your bladder, steady kidney rhythms, restore sleep hormones, and help you finally rest through the night. And if you watch until the end, you'll also get science-backed nighttime tips and tricks that help you more. First on list, unsweetened soy milk. Most people think of soy milk as just another dairy-free option for coffee or cereal. But when it comes to nocturia, the frustrating cycle of waking up multiple times a night to urinate, unsweetened soy milk is one of the most underrated natural remedies. Far from being a simple substitute, it works on the root causes of nighttime urgency, hormonal imbalance, irritated bladder nerves, kidney overwork, and unstable blood sugar. For diabetics, men with prostate challenges, and women navigating postmenopausal changes, soy milk is more than a beverage. It's a nightly tool that helps restore balance and promotes deep, uninterrupted sleep. 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk provides about 80 to 100 calories, 7 grams of complete plant protein, 4 grams of carbohydrate with little to no sugar, and 4 grams of healthy fats. Its glycemic index falls between 20 and 30, with a glycemic load close to 0, meaning it won't trigger glucose spikes or osmotic diuresis, the process where excess blood sugar pulls water into urine. Fortified soy milk also offers around 30% of the daily value for calcium, 25% for vitamin D, 10% for potassium, and 8% for magnesium, each of which plays a critical role in calming bladder muscles, strengthening kidney rhythms, and soothing the nervous system at night. What sets soy milk apart from all other plant-based milks are its isoflavones, plant compounds like genistein and daidzein that act as gentle hormone modulators. For women, these phytoestrogens mimic estrogen, easing bladder irritation and improving urinary control after menopause. For men with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, they reduce swelling of the prostate and lower 5-alpha reductase activity, which decreases DHT, the hormone that enlarges the prostate. The result is less urethral pressure and better urine flow. One study found that isoflavone-rich soy beverages reduced nighttime urination by up to 39% within 8 weeks, especially when combined with vitamin D and magnesium intake. But soy milk does more than balance sex hormones. It also interacts with circadian hormones. Isoflavones improve sensitivity to vasopressin, the antidiuretic hormone that tells your kidneys to retain water at night, and they support melatonin pathways in the brain. The tryptophan in soy protein feeds into serotonin production, which later converts to melatonin, giving a hormone domino effect that stabilizes mood, calms the nervous system, and deepens sleep. In short, soy milk not only reduces urine volume, but also helps the brain and body enter more restorative sleep cycles. From a neurourology perspective, soy also supports the bladder-brain pathway. Many cases of nocturia are caused by misfiring nerve signals that create false urgency. Soy protein and isoflavones regulate acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter critical for bladder contraction signals. By calming overstimulation, soy milk helps the bladder only send signals when it's truly full, reducing false alarms that wake you at night. For diabetics, soy milk provides unique protection. Unlike dairy milk with 12 grams of natural lactose sugar per cup, soy has minimal sugar and keeps blood glucose steady. Stable glucose prevents excess fluid loss through urine and protects bladder nerves from high sugar damage. Research shows soy protein can reduce HbA1c by 0.3 to 0.5% in just 12 weeks, making it not only bladder-friendly, but also a blood sugar healer. Lower inflammation, improved insulin sensitivity, and better vascular flexibility all converge to reduce nighttime urination in diabetics. Soy milk even influences the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, ERARS, the blood pressure and kidney fluid regulation pathway. Isoflavones lower angiotensin II activity, easing blood vessel constriction and kidney strain. This means less blood pressure-driven kidney overwork at night, fewer filtration spikes, and steadier urine production while you sleep. The heart also benefits. Soy protein reduces LDL cholesterol and improves endothelial function, enhancing circulation to pelvic organs. Combined with arginine, which boosts nitric oxide, soy milk increases blood flow to the bladder, kidneys, and prostate. For men, this supports both urinary flow and erectile function. For women, it improves circulation to the bladder and urethral tissues, strengthening tone and reducing leaks. This makes soy milk not just a bladder remedy, but also a quiet supporter of sexual and reproductive health. Here's a calming nighttime recipe. Blend 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk with half a frozen banana, 1 tablespoon of rolled oats, and a dash of cinnamon. The soy milk delivers protein and isoflavones. The banana provides magnesium and tryptophan. Oats add resistant starch to stabilize glucose, and cinnamon reduces insulin resistance. Keep the portion at about 8 ounces and drink it 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Enough time for your kidneys to process excess fluid without overloading the bladder as you fall asleep. Here's a fun fact. Soy milk isn't just a protein source. It's one of the few plant-based drinks with a complete amino acid profile, matching animal protein in its ability to repair tissues. That means while you sleep, your muscles, bladder lining, and even pelvic nerves are being nourished and rebuilt, giving soy milk an anti-aging quality. Add to this its antioxidant power, and soy milk becomes a protector of collagen in the bladder walls and vascular tissues, keeping them resilient with age. Of course, myths surround soy. Some worry it disrupts hormones or raises cancer risk, but decades of research show the opposite. Populations with high soy intake, such as in Asia, consistently have lower rates of breast and prostate cancers. Another myth is that soy damages the thyroid. In truth, soy is safe when iodine intake is adequate, which is easily achieved with iodized salt or seafood. These clarifications matter because removing fear makes it easier to embrace soy milk as part of a nightly healing routine. A helpful tip: avoid drinking soy milk ice cold before bed, as cold beverages may trigger bladder spasms. Warm it gently or blend it into a smoothie. And remember, the sweet spot is about 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. Close enough for its calming nutrients to work, but early enough to keep your bladder comfortable. And let's talk practicality. A half-gallon of unsweetened soy milk in the U.S. typically costs $3 to $4, making it one of the most affordable functional remedies for nocturia. Each plant milk has its place, but soy brings a unique edge for those whose nocturia is linked to hormones, blood sugar, or prostate changes. Before we move to the next milk, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see how far this YouTube video is reaching around the world. Second on list, unsweetened kefir. For many people struggling with nocturia, the focus is often on the bladder or kidneys alone. But here's what most don't realize. Your gut health directly influences your bladder signals, hormone balance, and even nighttime urination frequency. That's where unsweetened kefir, a fermented plant-based milk alternative, becomes a powerful ally. Kefir isn't just a creamy beverage, it's a probiotic-rich, microbiome balancing drink that works on the hidden gut-bladder axis, calming inflammation, strengthening the urinary lining, and improving nighttime control for diabetics and anyone battling frequent wake-ups. A single cup of unsweetened kefir made from almond, soy, or coconut base typically contains 80 to 100 calories, 3 to 4 grams of protein, 3 grams of fat, and around 8 grams of carbohydrate, most of it from natural fermentation byproducts. Its glycemic index generally falls between 25 and 35, and thanks to fermentation, its glycemic load is low, making it safe for blood sugar stability in diabetics. More importantly, it provides live probiotic cultures, sometimes up to 10 to 12 different strains, along with key nutrients like calcium, 20 to 25% of the daily value, vitamin D, 10 to 15% of the daily value, magnesium, 6 to 8% of the daily value, and B vitamins, which support nerve health and metabolism. The real magic of kefir lies in its probiotics. Strains like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium don't just improve digestion, they reduce bladder wall inflammation, strengthen the urinary lining, and reduce false urgency signals. In fact, research has shown that probiotic-rich foods can lower urinary tract infection recurrence by as much as 30 to 40%, a major benefit since UTIs are a leading driver of nocturia in women and older adults. For diabetics, probiotics also help restore insulin sensitivity and reduce systemic inflammation, both of which protect bladder nerves from misfiring during the night. Kefir also acts on the gut-brain-bladder communication pathway. By reducing gut inflammation and strengthening the gut barrier, it lowers the release of inflammatory cytokines, molecules that can irritate bladder nerves and increase nighttime urgency. For men, this has indirect prostate benefits as lower systemic inflammation eases pressure and swelling in the pelvic area. For women, probiotics restore a healthier balance in the urinary tract and vaginal microbiome, reducing irritation and nighttime urgency linked to estrogen decline after menopause. Kidney health is another area where kefir provides subtle but meaningful support. Its moderate potassium and magnesium content promote fluid balance, helping the kidneys regulate water retention more efficiently at night. By lowering gut-derived toxins and reducing oxidative stress, kefir eases the renal filtration load, aligning kidney rhythms with circadian hormones like vasopressin. This translates into reduced urine volume overnight and fewer bathroom interruptions. Here's a refreshing, bladder-friendly recipe. Blend 1 cup of unsweetened kefir with 1/2 cup of cucumber, a few fresh mint leaves, and a pinch of ground flaxseed. This savory nighttime smoothie hydrates without flooding the bladder, delivers probiotics to calm inflammation, and provides fiber to slow glucose absorption. Keep your portion to about 8 ounces and drink it at least 90 minutes before bedtime, giving your digestive system time to process the probiotics without disturbing your sleep. Here's an interesting fact. Kefir contains unique compounds called bioactive peptides produced during fermentation. These peptides act as natural relaxants, lowering blood pressure, soothing nerve pathways, and even improving sleep quality. That makes kefir not only a bladder healer, but also a mild sleep aid, especially valuable for diabetics whose nighttime hormone balance is often disrupted. A common myth is that kefir is only useful for digestion and has little impact on urinary health. In reality, its influence extends far beyond the gut. By restoring the microbiome and reducing systemic inflammation, it indirectly repairs the urinary tract lining and improves bladder control. This makes kefir a holistic option for nocturia relief, addressing root causes rather than just masking symptoms. A word of caution: always choose unsweetened kefir made from plant bases like almond, soy, or coconut with live active cultures. Flavored or sweetened kefirs can contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per serving, which not only destabilizes blood sugar, but also feeds harmful gut bacteria that worsen inflammation. If you're sensitive to carbonation, choose a lightly fermented version, as over-fermented kefir may feel fizzy and cause mild bloating in some individuals. So unsweetened kefir works where most beverages don't, by repairing the gut-bladder connection, easing urinary inflammation, and calming nighttime urgency. Third on list, unsweetened almond milk. For those waking up at night to urinate 2, 3, or even more times, the solution may not be in a pill bottle, but in a simple glass of unsweetened almond milk. Often thought of as just a light dairy replacement, almond milk is in fact a quiet healer. For diabetics and adults struggling with bladder urgency, kidney strain, or nerve sensitivity, this plant-based milk helps restore balance in multiple systems: bladder, kidneys, and nerves, while keeping blood sugar perfectly stable through the night. 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk provides about 30 to 40 calories, with 1 gram of protein, 2 to 3 grams of fat, and just 1 gram of carbohydrate. Its glycemic index is virtually 0, and its glycemic load is negligible, meaning it does not stimulate glucose spikes or insulin release, a crucial feature for diabetics who want an evening drink that won't trigger osmotic diuresis, the process where excess sugar pulls water into urine and causes frequent bathroom trips. Most brands are fortified to deliver around 20 to 30% of the daily value for calcium, 25% for vitamin D, and up to 50% for vitamin E. Together, this trio targets the bladder and kidney rhythm directly. Calcium and vitamin D help regulate detrusor muscle contractions and circadian kidney cycles, while vitamin E protects delicate bladder nerves and blood vessels from oxidative stress that often worsens with diabetes. Almond milk's minerals add another layer of protection. Magnesium, though present in modest amounts, helps relax bladder and pelvic muscles by calming nerve firing, while potassium supports smooth fluid balance, allowing the kidneys to slow down urine production during the night. This is vital for diabetics, whose kidneys often filter excessive glucose and water. One research study found that increasing magnesium-rich foods in the diet reduced nighttime urinary urgency by up to 27%, highlighting just how important minerals are for restoring nocturnal bladder control. What sets almond milk apart from other plant-based beverages is its anti-inflammatory and alkalizing nature. Many evening foods, meats, cheeses, refined grains, leave an acidic residue in the body that stresses the kidneys and irritates the urinary tract. Almond milk, however, helps counteract this acid load, creating a gentler environment for the bladder lining. Over time, this reduces low-grade inflammation and allows the body to respond more effectively to vasopressin, the anti-diuretic hormone responsible for telling your kidneys to hold on to water at night. This means fewer urine signals and more uninterrupted hours of sleep. But the benefits don't stop at the bladder and kidneys. Almond milk also supports sleep hormones. Almonds naturally contain small amounts of melatonin and are rich in magnesium, a mineral that aids in melatonin production. When you drink fortified almond milk, especially if warmed, you provide both the building blocks and the supportive minerals for your brain to produce melatonin and serotonin, the hormones that regulate deep sleep. Combined with its blood sugar stability, almond milk becomes a nighttime beverage that not only protects your bladder, but also improves how long and how deeply you sleep. Another overlooked aspect is its nerve protective action. Many diabetics and older adults struggle with nocturia not just because of the bladder or kidneys, but because nerve signals between the brain and bladder sphincters become inconsistent. Fortified almond milk provides B vitamins, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin E, all of which nourish these pathways and improve communication. This reduces false urgency messages, incomplete emptying, and nighttime wake-ups caused by misfired nerve signals. For men, almond milk offers prostate support through beta-sitosterol, a plant sterol shown to ease mild prostate swelling and improve urinary flow. Though present in small amounts, its regular intake adds a subtle but meaningful effect in men with benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. For women, the calcium and vitamin D fortification in almond milk supports muscle tone and hormone balance, which can be especially important after menopause, when estrogen decline increases bladder sensitivity and nighttime urgency. This gender-specific support makes almond milk relevant and healing across different stages of life. Here's a practical nighttime recipe. Warm 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk and stir in a pinch of turmeric, a dash of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For added sleep benefits, blend in 1/2 teaspoon of almond butter, which provides tryptophan, the amino acid your body uses to make melatonin. Drink it about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Warm, not ice cold, because cold liquids can sometimes stimulate the bladder. This golden almond latte calms inflammation, reduces urgency, and prepares the body for deep restorative sleep. Here's a fun fact. Almond milk is naturally low in phosphorus and sodium compared to cow's milk. This makes it kidney-friendly, particularly for people with early diabetic nephropathy, because it exerts less acid load and reduces filtration strain on the nephrons. Unlike dairy milk, which can worsen kidney workload due to its higher phosphorus content, almond milk supports smoother kidney function overnight, helping reduce the volume of urine produced. Of course, myths persist. A common one is that almond milk damages the kidneys due to oxalates. In reality, commercial unsweetened almond milk is filtered and diluted, leaving oxalate levels very low. It is safe for those with mild kidney concerns. The real problem lies in flavored or sweetened versions, which can contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar per cup. These spike blood glucose, pull water into the urine, and directly worsen nocturia. Barista-style or extra creamy almond milks should also be avoided, as they often contain emulsifiers and oils that irritate the gut and indirectly the bladder. One important reminder, always choose unsweetened almond milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D, free from carrageenan or artificial stabilizers. Stick to pure almond versions, not blended bases with rice or oats, as those raise the glycemic load and undo almond milk's bladder calming effect. So smooth, gentle, and deceptively powerful, unsweetened almond milk is more than just a dairy alternative. It is a nighttime ally. Tips and tricks for getting the best nocturia relief. The way you drink these remedies matters just as much as the remedies themselves. Timing is key. Drinking them about an hour before bed gives your kidneys enough time to process any extra fluid while still allowing the calming nutrients to work during sleep. Temperature also makes a difference. Cold drinks can sometimes trigger bladder spasms, while warming your almond or soy milk not only soothes the bladder, but also signals the body to relax and release melatonin more easily. You can enhance the effect further by pairing your evening drink with a short relaxation routine, such as slow breathing, gentle stretching, or a few minutes of meditation. This helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone that often worsens nighttime urination and blood sugar control. It's also important to pay attention to your evening salt intake, since heavy sodium at dinner draws water into your bloodstream and forces your kidneys to work overtime at night. Finally, be patient and consistent. Many people notice improvements within a week, but the most powerful results, longer sleep stretches, fewer urgent wake-ups, and steadier morning blood sugar, usually appear after several weeks of steady use. If you found this helpful, give it a like, share your experience in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Diabetes Healthcare for more natural, science-based tips to protect your blood sugar.